Hello guys, some time ago I received a YouTube comment from Nabil asking about structuring the Vue.js SPA application. So navigation bar, sidebar, and all of those components, how to structure that. And today I'm finally presenting you the result of that. And it's not just a demo project with a lesson, it's actually a boilerplate that you can reuse yourself for multiple projects. And I've created it actually for myself and for you as well. So recently, quite a lot I work with Vue SPA single-page applications, and every time I had to start with the same thing. So app.js, structuring the components, structuring the routes, API calls, and stuff like that. So here it is, a simple example, a simple page with some design. The data should come from the API, the menu should come with Vue router, so like single-page application, and the whole page should be structured like header, footer, and sidebar if needed here on the left. And I thought there should be something like that on the market, so I've googled Laravel SPA Vue and found a few. This one is probably the most popular with 2000 stars, but it had too much for me, so I didn't need Vuex, I didn't need authentication with JWT, I didn't need custom layouts, so I needed something smaller. And other ones were even more bloated, so to speak, with features, and it's awesome, but not for my case. I wanted something simple to start with single page application, and then customize however you want. So here it is, already on GitHub, Laravel SPA boilerplate, already public, and the link will be in the description of this video below. It's free, so you don't need to pay anything, and I will show you how it works in this video. So let's dive into the code. When you clone that repository, you get Laravel project, and inside of that there's Vue.js, and it acts like a single page application. So from Laravel side, there's only one route rule, so any URL goes to welcome blade, and that welcome blade contains only the skeleton of the theme. The theme is very simple. I want it to be based on Bootstrap, but I want it to contain header, footer, and sidebar, and this is what I came up with. I have used that theme in a few previous videos in the past, so it's very simple based on Bootstrap 4, but it's a perfect example of structuring navigation, sidebar, and footer. But at the same time, it's pretty easy to change, so all you need is to change those CSS files, and probably you could mount a different design to the same SPA pretty easily. But for now, let's stick to that theme. So this is the CSS, and inside of that blade, all it is, it's loading the main application of Vue.js. If we look at the main resources JS app.js, again, it's pretty minimal. We import the Vue, we import the Vue router, we will get to the routes in a minute, and then we import main component, which should be the main page. Inside of that main app Vue, all it is a structure for navigation bar. It's a separate component. Footer, it's a separate component, and by the way, you're not allowed to do footer because it's reserved by HTML, so you need to rename it to, for example, app footer. And then inside of the container you have the actual page, whether it's home page or about page or contact page. And inside of that main app Vue, we import navigation bar, we import the footer, we assign the names, and then we can use them like HTML tags like this. And if we go to the footer, resources.js components footer Vue, is just a static footer template. We can actually even remove that one, but let it be here. It's empty, so there's no JavaScript here, it's just a template. In the header, in the navbar, there's more logic because it has routes. So there's router link for the homepage for this project name, and then there's a few router links to name home, name about, and name contact, and they are all described in resources.js routes index.js, like this. So inside of the routes file, we import all the pages. So there's homepage, about, and contact, then they are assigned to routes, and loaded with a navbar here. If we go to pages, about Vue is a simple text, simple HTML, no JavaScript here at all. Same with contact, just different lorem ipsum text. A bit more complicated is homepage. So what I wanted to have inside that boilerplate, so three things, that was my main goal, is Vue routing, structure of components, navbar, sidebar, and footer, and also some API call as an example. So this is what's happening inside of that homepage. That homepage loads the sidebar, so this is the third component inside of another component, and we'll load that in the script section like this. And in our case, sidebar is static, so it doesn't have any dynamic data. And if we get back to the homepage, products are dynamic data. So the thing which is on the right, so these are actually coming from the database, from the API. So we are doing v4 for the products, and then assigning product photo, product name, product price, and product description. And that comes with Axios get request to the API and assigning the result to products. And finally, we get to Laravel section of that boilerplate, which is API, so routes API PHP. It has, in addition to default Laravel stuff, it has only one API call for products with one API controller. This one, which just returns the collection of all products using API resource. So product resource, it's a default API resource, it didn't change anything here. So it's as minimal as possible. So it's working example, but with as much default stuff as possible. And behind that, there is a product model. So product model has some fillable fields. The migration is also here, and also there are seeds for products. So there are those 6 products which come from theme. So if you run migrate seed, it will seed all those 6 products. And basically that's it. That was my goal. Minimal SPA boilerplate, so new people to Vue.js would understand how it works. So we'll use that in educational purposes as well. And also for new SPA projects, this could be a starter for whatever else you want. Everything else is customizable. Do you need authentication or not? Do you need Vuex or not? That's a lot more complicated, optional, individual, and it's hard to build a good boilerplate for all those cases. And as an example of how to customize that boilerplate, how to build on top of that, let's build something on top of that. So for example, let's add another page. And to do that, we need a component. So resources.js component page about Vue. Let's do file save as, for example, services with a different this. Then we need to add that to routes. So routes index. Copy and paste. So services, name services, component service, and we need to import that. Duplicate the row, services from page services.vue, and then we can use that name here. So services and navigation bar. Where's our nav bar? Here, nav bar view. Copy that, paste, route to the services with this. And I have npm run watch running in the background, so it should have compiled. Let's refresh our page. And we can see services now, and if we click that, we see services as a new page. So you can start using my boilerplate right now. If you want more complicated single-page application of Vue.js with admin panel, we recently released Vue.js generator. So a new version of our admin panel, the demo video is on the screen on the top left, so check that out and you can try to use that. That one is not a free product because it's much more complex and it took us almost half a year to build, but I'm personally proud of that and we're working on that pretty heavily in 2020. And that's it for now. See you guys in other videos.